and welcome to Mail It Monday on Tuesday, September 10th? Yes. Okay. So I did not do Mail It Monday last week because it was the holiday. And then I didn't do it yesterday because I had to stay late at work, and I ended up getting off like after the post office was closed. So here I am. Let's see. Okay, I'm at the post office. Oh, you can see the sign. There's the post office. So I did I mailed my card already, and now I'm just sitting out in the grass, like in the park nearby. It's very glorious. So hey, I do have a couple things I want to talk to you about though. So firstly, I received a card in the mail, so let's take a look at that. Okay, thankful. So it was a thank you card from one of my craft roulette friends, thanking me for a birthday card, and then she sent me a thank you card. So that's really nice, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you about. So one of the things that I just did in the post office was paid for another year of my P.O. box. And I really specifically do it for a couple of reasons. One, so that I can put my address in my emails, and so that I can participate in craft roulette and open it up for anyone else who would like to send me a card. And it just got me thinking about, because typically I don't get cards other than on my birthday. Sometimes I'll get thank you cards like Sharon sent me here, which I absolutely love and am so excited about. But it just brought back so many memories of when I was a kid. So I was a member of Job's Daughters. If you don't know what that is, it's a Masonic youth organization for young women. And so I was big into Job's Daughters from, the time that I was 11. I went all the way through the ranks, became an honored queen and past honored queen. And then when I got into college, I volunteered as one of the leaders of the group. And so Job's Daughters was like a big part of my life. But I remember at one point I was the state representative. I lived in Idaho at the time. I was the state representative from Idaho to Australia. And one of the things that we did as these representatives is we wrote letters to all of the Job's Daughters chapters in whatever state or country we were representing. So I am a slacker. This is kind of how I've always been, and I try not to be. I think about the fact that, here I am, an adult. I'm like, why have I not been able to fix this poor character trait? I mean, because that's really what it is. It is a poor character trait that I don't like, yet I still feel like I'm incapable of changing it. And I know I could do it. I can do anything. I just haven't. And I don't know why I haven't. I'm better. I'm totally better than I used to be as a kid. But this story will show you that it's still kind of problematic. So I procrastinated. I finally sent all of my letters to Australian Joby chapters, and I don't think I heard back from anyone. If I did, it was maybe one. But I don't even think that's the case. This was a long time ago. And it's my own fault because I did not send them out in time. So I'm certainly not blaming their representatives. Like I didn't send it out in time. Okay. And honestly, kind of looking back, I don't think I'm the only one that was like a slacker, because I don't really remember our chapter getting a lot of letters from other chapters, and you'd think that if we all had state representatives, we all would have been getting like X amount of letters every year. So I shouldn't like beat myself up too much about this, but I still feel a little bad about it. But when I go to the post office box and I, open it up and there's nothing there, I get that little feeling like I had when I was a kid, like, oh, nobody's writing me any letters. And I'm trying not to do that, because one of the things that I really, truly believe is that the reason why we create cards, why we send cards, is because it brings us joy, and we're putting love out into the world by doing like sending these cards, right? It's not about what I get out of it, what I receive. It's the act of creating, it's the act of sending. So sometimes when I, open the mailbox, I'm not really expecting anything, because I think, like, especially with the craft roulette, kind of because there are so many people, I think a lot of people have just gone to sending cards on people's birthdays. So in April, I got a lot of cards. So that was really fun. But what I want to try to do, knowing how I feel about this, and this is kind of my encouragement to you as well. So, we send cards on holidays and birthdays, but what if we just started sending just because cards, or hello cards, or thinking about you cards, instead of making it like a big deal. So hi, farm guy. So instead of like making this a big deal about, oh, I have to do, send out 80 Christmas cards or holiday cards, whatever you celebrate, what if throughout the year you just occasionally sent a card or a message to someone that you are thinking about? Like, that would be like a really, really nice thing to do. And I want to do more of that. So if you too wish that you had a pen pal, okay, just don't forget, you could always send a card to me and I will send a card back to you, because I know how it feels. Right? It would be so fun to just open up your mailbox, because think about that. Like, very few people anymore like receive snail mail. And that is so sad to me. And when I was in the post office, when I was in the post office, I asked the postal worker about the stamps. So the D&D, Dungeons and Dragons 50th anniversary stamps, and the Jeopardy stamps that just came out, and no, they're all gone. I'm like, oh shoot. So yeah, I'll have to get online and see if I can order any more of those. So if you're in the US, like jump on that, because those stamps sell out very quickly. All right, well, so I've told you my little sob story about my pen pal gone wrong. If you would like to, hey, good morning, Lala, my time traveling friend. Yes, you caught me live. This is my Mail It Monday on Tuesday. So I'm just getting off, but a reminder that, you know, it's really fun to receive mail just for no reason at all, other than someone's thinking about you. And if you want to send letters or mail or cards, you know, just think about just doing it for fun, just not putting pressure on yourself. And if you're not a card maker, if you come across this and you're not a card maker, just send someone a little note. It does not have to be a big deal. But no matter what you do, even if you scratch something on a piece of scrap paper, like the fact that you thought about someone and you took the time to mail them something, like that's huge. That's huge. And if that's too much for you, if that is a barrier, like just send them a voice memo, like record a video and send it to them. Like just don't put pressure on yourself. But remember that our goal here is to spread love into the world. So with that, I will see you next week, and I remind you to make time for creative play, because your mental health matters. Bye.